Hello, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Chit Chat Takeout. I'm your host, ZenPho,
I'm Meg.
and we're doing something a little bit different this week. We're changing up the format. As we talked about in one of our earlier things, a lot of this is for experimentation, which is why we're doing this project. And yeah, this is also, I'm going to be busy the next couple weekends, so this will kind of shorten the format a little bit and allow me more time to actually do the other stuff I have to do, but still be able to edit it. So this is going to be part one of two. In part one, Meg has something she wants to discuss with us. She's very excited for. So take it away, Meg.
So I have talked on the last two podcasts, Disney. I think there's at least been Disney mentioned in the past two. And Disney, get your shit taken care of. I swear to always good in the world when it comes to Disney. it's, it's,
What's going on with Disney?
so as of yesterday, this is the latest news, is that Disney has canceled their annual passes for Disneyland, which is the one in California, effective immediately, and everybody will be refunded their annual passes due to COVID-19 of them not opening in California. Like, I get that. That is reasonable. That,
Right, if they're not open, they gotta
right,
give their money back to
right.
people.
Totally understandable. But, you know what else Disney has been doing for the last, year? I'm going to just say year now. Because we're almost getting to a year where this whole thing started.
2 more months. Yep.
Yeah, 2 more months. So they have been getting discounts to annual pass holders, which could be up to 15-20% off on additional prices, where right now they're selling all their Christmas stuff at 70%. So people can get Christmas merchandise right now for 85% off, and they have annual
They're still
passes.
selling their Christmas merchandise.
Yes, because nobody's buying it because of the pandemic. People can't go to Disneyland. Nobody can go to Disney World.
Why aren't
Well,
they
people
switch?
can go to Disney World, but it's very limited of when you can go to Disney World.
So why aren't they just selling it all online, or a majority of it online?
So here comes my gripe. Put that stuff on your website. You have one app. You don't even have an official website. You have one app on called Shop Disney. It sucks. It's the worst shopping app I have on my phone. And that is saying a lot about the apps on my phone. Half of the time it doesn't work. Half of the time I can't even get what I want because you have these weird exclusive things where I have to be put into a lottery and I have to be paid. I have to pay for it to get into the lottery and pay to get the item.
See, that's not right. I can understand a lottery system if you've got a lot of people who want
Right.
an item. Think like graphics cards right now are that way, or like some scalpers are getting. Whatever it is. Have the lottery, have people register for it for the chance to buy it. Draw a couple names, go down the list. First name drawn, you call them. Hey, you still want to purchase this item? If they say yes, then you take money from them. If they say no, you go to the next person on the list. It's not a hard system to set up. It would be time consuming if you have 1,000 people that say no when you call them back, but I mean, that's the gamble you're taking with that one.
So I don't have a problem with them doing that, but you have to pay to get into this exclusive merch lottery system,
Right,
which is so dumb.
yeah, that's not
And
right. You
right
should
now they're releasing all the Stitch merch because right now it's Stitch has taken over Disney again, and it's Stitch dressed up as different like rides. Like it's a stuffed animal, but he's got like motifs of like different Disney rides and whatnot. I would buy that in a heartbeat, but I have to be part of this goddamn lottery system. And it's so dumb.
Right. Why do you make people pay for the chance
Right.
to pay for something else?
So, right.
Like, either, like, I understand, like, maybe getting a retainer, like, to make sure people that are buying it actually want the product. But then the people who don't get it, you refund them their retainer. You don't hold on to it. Like, something like that, I would understand. But from the sounds of things, this is actually you paying for something that you never see it again. Do they at least, like, take that off of whatever you buy? Or
No, it's so what I know of what this is kind of like an exclusive like club. So you pay so much. I think it's a. I actually think it's a membership monthly fee that you have to be part of. And so you're paying this fee to be in this club to be part of the lottery system, and then you still have to pay full price for the lottery system.
what's with Disney and their clubs? Like, they seem to have a lot of
Yeah. So
exclusive clubs, but, you know,
so the biggest one is Disney Vacation Club. It's like taking out a whole friggin' mortgage.
I thought the biggest one would be the four, was it like 442 or something?
Yeah, so that's
The
the
elite club, like the
that's
social
the
elite.
elite
Yeah.
club. The Disney Vacation Club is the one that's more exclusive to like other people, like to the normal people. For 442 or whatever that one is called, you have to be invited
Right.
to be part of.
Right. It's like a secret society
Right.
type.
It's not like, oh, I just pay this much and I get into the club.
Right.
No,
Well,
like
no, there are limit. You have
right.
to pay for membership, so
And
it's
I did find
supposedly it's expensive as hell.
right. I did find out about them too. They get unlimited fast passes. So when you go to Disney, um, in normal times, because right now they don't have fast passes. Um, if you're going as a normal guest, you get 3 fast passes a day, and if you want all 3 of them within the day, you get another one. So you have to use the 3 up before you can get another one, and there's different tiers, and it's a whole process. My mom and I got it down to science before COVID happened, um, but right
Why
now,
doesn't that surprise me?
so now fast passes are not a thing to the general public, but if you're part of Club 424 or whatever that's called, you have you can get into a fast pass line bypassing the whole COVID lines now.
Really?
Yeah, you can just go in and do whatever.
No, I mean, like I said, when I saw the membership fees, when you do get invited, it's like 3 million or something. Like
Yeah,
it's wicked.
it's definitely like an
You're
exclusive club.
you're supporting Disney at that point.
Right.
Like,
Um. So that's that's my biggest gripe right now because I wish they would put more on their shopping app because there's a lot of pins that I'm seeing in the parks based off other YouTubers who that's what they do for a living. They go and vlog at Disney, and there's all these pins I want. I'm a pin collector and I want all of them.
pin collector is an understatement. If she has this board that you would not be able to tell there's a board behind it. It looks like she just shoved a bunch of pins into the wall. And this thing is massive. It's a desk behind a desk.
Yeah, it's a
And
QB.
yeah, and you would never be able to tell that there was anything behind it. It's just pins.
Yes, I enjoy my pin collection, but I I'm so sad because there was pumpkin pins I wanted. There was Christmas ones that I wanted, and I couldn't get any of them because they weren't online. And now you're telling me I have to go book a flight to Florida just to go buy a fucking pin at 70% off. Like,
If it meant you could go to Disney, I bet you would do that though.
Right. Well, no, and that's one of the things about going to Disney. You know, I get to look at all the cool merch. I get that. But if you're trying to get rid of your merch because it's not selling, why not open that to the general public of ordering it online? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That just, I just don't understand why you have the way of doing that. If you're trying to get rid of product, why not put it online?
Or if you want people to be a member of your club that purchases from you, make the entire thing be a member of the club that purchases from you. Like make the whole app that way. Like Amazon Prime account or whatever other eBay account, or well, not necessarily eBay because you don't pay for eBay, but
Yeah, give me some type of like exclusive, or give me some type of club that I can pay so much a month for on the borderline of Amazon Prime, where I can get into lottery systems. I have, exclusive merch that I can get to, or, I get so much off percentage wise. Like,
or you want to become one of these streaming giants out there, Disney. You know, you have your Disney Plus included in with that, like
right,
Amazon does
even
with Amazon Video. Like have it all inclusive in one.
exactly. And like, I I kind of said this too when Mulan came out at $30 to see it in September. You just did like a gut motion. I said this, that have like some type of club for that, where you get exclusive, uh like you get early access to that for, $10 a month or something like that, so you don't have to have this upfront cost of $30.
On top of already paying for the
Right, for the
service.
$6 subscription. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, have another tier to your system. Like, it is possible. Other companies have done this. Why are you being so dumb about this?
Other companies have done it wildly successfully, which is exactly why they're trying to get into the market to begin with.
Right. And so this is my biggest problem with Disney buying. My other problem, and I found this out when I went to Disney for the first time back in 2018, is that my favorite video game, or my one of my favorite video games of
No, no, no. Her favorite.
series.
Her favorite. Don't let her fool you. It is her
I
favorite.
have other ones too.
Not quite.
I talk a lot about this because there's so much content to it. It's Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out that same year. I think it was coming out in January. I went in December. Perfect timing. So get down there and I realized that we have it's like a pop-up demo session to go to for Kingdom Hearts, where you could play the two demos that they were showing at PAX, and some other conventions, that you could only get to those ones. They had a pop-up location at Disney, and it was so cool. Like, I got to see, you know, life size keyblades. I got to see these cool like giant posters, and I got to play the two levels that they had for the demo. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was next to hard to get into there because uh being so busy.
Well, aren't all their testing things that go on there hard to get into?
Yes. So a lot of like the more like they just had a soft opening for their new cookie place in Disney Springs, and that place literally did so well, and people were so upset they closed, and they're like, "No, this is just a soft opening. We didn't realize it was going to be so successful because it was so busy." Um, so my biggest problem was going there. They only had what square units was selling for merchandise, which was up to like $150 for the lowest price thing there.
Wait, 150 for the lowest price thing?
Yeah, for the lowest price thing. I think it was
That
like a figurine or something.
that seems a little much for.
Yeah,
I mean, you can have little trinket things that
right.
like $5 a pop or whatever.
So I come to find out there's one piece of merchandise that in Disney that you can buy for Kingdom Hearts. One piece of merchandise. It is literally a pin that is the Organization 13 Mickey, and it says Kingdom Hearts on the back of it. That is the only Kingdom Hearts merch you can get anywhere in Disney World.
Which that's kind of weird. You'd think they'd want to eat
Right.
into that property way more than they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in the games, like, I mean,
There's
it's obviously,
so much.
even in the games, there's obviously Disney influence, but the games don't really seem Disney, if that makes any sense. Like,
No, it's definitely not your, seven, you know, your movie for 7 year olds or something like that line, but it's definitely a teenager,
well, no, 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 no.
adult.
That's not what I mean when I say it doesn't seem Disney. Like, Disney is very conservative about how their product is seen, which is why I'm always surprised to see Mickey running around with a sword and
Mhm.
killing things.
Right.
Like, and I get the premise is they're heartless or whatever, but at the same time, it's like I almost feel like Disney didn't have much of a hand in the actual creation of Kingdom
No, I think
Hearts.
Square had a lot to do what happened with.
I think Square was just like, we're licensing your characters from you.
Right.
Now butt out, and and that's why Disney doesn't sell a lot of the
Right.
merch because it's not their IP.
Right. And I guess I wish that there was more. In a way, I wish there was more stuff I could, you know, do. I guess that comes to licensing. I will retract my previous statement of that's the only thing you could get at Disney World. There is one spot in Epcot that you can get like a shirt with Sora on it. It does not have Mickey on it. It's in the Japan Pavilion shop. But all of those are imports. Honestly, they're not like Disney Disney
Well,
exclusive
is
shops. They're like import shops that you in Epcot. They're not
I was gonna
like
say, is Epcot like I know it's in Disney, but is it really Disney? Like,
not. There's some things that are Disney, but there's a lot of, like I said, import areas.
right? Yeah.
There's like one cart in the Mexico Pavilion that sells these crystal skulls, and you definitely tell they're not like Disney merch. Like they're hand decorated crystal skulls.
The Mayan or Aztec. Is it Mayan or Aztec? The crystal skull.
It's
That yeah.
something like that, but it's super cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I love going down in Animal Kingdom and seeing all like the import stuff and whatnot because they have a lot of like wooden figurines and stuff. They do a lot of importing there. They don't. I think a lot of stuff that you can find at Disney is that's not has the giant Disney label on it is an import. So if it doesn't have the Disney mark,
Excuse you.
yes, I had a little hiccup there. But yeah, so it saddens me that Disney is taking an IP that I really wish that they would do more about, but they're
Well,
they're kind of just kicking it.
what would you like to see Disney do with it? Like, how would you like to see them
I don't.
improve upon it? How they treat the IP?
I would like them to almost acknowledge it more, or at least to you know put something on their Disney Plus streaming service, which there was rumors about, but I haven't heard any rumors since Disney Plus has come out.
Well,
So
this is bringing me back to my other point. Is it actually a Disney? I don't think it's a Disney IP. I think it is Square Enix that owns the IP
right,
for it, which is why Disney doesn't. They have no right to do
right,
anything with it.
and you could be very right about that. I was just assuming that Disney had more of a word and what happens with that because based off articles I read when they were making 3 that they were very specific of what they wanted in their game to, with licenses. That's why the Frozen was like a literal retelling of the story, and I'm not getting.
That could be with Disney's portion of it because they would have to license the song from Disney. They'd have to license the characters from Disney. And Disney's portion of that could have been you can license it, but this is what you have to use for it instead of. But I don't think that was the case in the beginning with it when the original games because they didn't exactly follow the standard Disney trope in the story.
No,
Like they
they're
followed the story of it, but not necessarily
right
word or
word for word
yeah
of.
or scene for scene like the Kingdom Hearts 3 did.
Yeah, because Kingdom Hearts 3 was at least 2 of the worlds, 3 of the worlds, or literally retellings of the story.
Right, Frozen is the one that sticks out the most to me
Right.
for, but I don't watch that many Disney movies
The
either. So
Tangled, the Rapunzel world was a retelling. The Toy Story one wasn't. The Monster Inc. wasn't. Even though I like what they did with the Monster Inc. one, that was pretty cool, honestly. The Big Hero 6 world wasn't. Yeah, I think those are the only two is the Frozen and the Tangle worlds, which is kind of interesting. Like I could see it with Frozen, but why Tangle? Like that doesn't.
because it's Disney's newest IP and they wanted to use it
True.
as
But
advertisement.
Big Hero 6 was too.
When 3 came out was, but
Yeah.
that wasn't on the same playing field as like not the same hype. Disney didn't give that the same hype that they gave
Right,
Tangled and
because
Frozen.
the Big Hero 6 world, I think didn't get announced until like I don't know, probably 2 or 3 months before the game
Well,
actually came
I
out.
mean the movie themselves.
Right,
That wasn't on the same field as far as Disney was concerned. Wasn't on the same
right,
field of
because
importance.
I remember that the trailers that they showed at that E3 was mostly focusing on the Frozen world, and I think there was a lot of the Tangle
Right,
world.
Disney's baby IPs, the
Yeah,
ones they really wanted to show off, which is probably why it ended up that way.
right,
They were looking at it as an advertising opportunity as opposed to making it actually worth playing.
right. No, I get that now, but I'm still upset about their merchandise um stuff, and I wish they would get their shit together. And
I mean, there is a lot of. I don't know if it's knockoff or if Squeen Enix, Square Enix actually produces the Kingdom Hearts merch because there is a
there
lot out there.
there is a lot out there. Like there's quite a bit actually in my room, in my
Yes, there
apartment.
is. One, two, three.
Well,
Well, no, one,
so those
two.
are all fan arts up there.
Oh,
So
okay.
so the I have these cool like stained glass pictures of there's a Sheik one, there's a Toothless and his girlfriend one, and then there's a Mulan one. Um, and I actually got those at conventions of an artist. I really wish I remember her name because I feel bad now. But
But those aren't the Kingdom Hearts ones. Kingdom Hearts ones, you
no,
got
so
one,
the wall scroll
two,
that was a pre-order thing.
the poster.
The poster, so that is Square Unit's copyrighted. I don't think the wall scroll
Well, it'd
is
have to be either licensed through them or
right.
it's just a rip-off. I mean, there's
It might
plenty
be
of
a
those.
rip off. I mean, I think a friend gave that to me. And then I have one statue of Mickey and Donald that came from GameStop, and so did the Kyrie came from GameStop.
And are those are Funko Pop.
Yeah, so
So,
the Kyrie's a Funko Pop. The statue isn't. The statue is just a statue.
oh, so that might say who actually produced it on it.
Right.
Because
But like I said, it came from GameStop, so GameStop could have gotten a license to make it when.
yeah, but it would still say whoever licensed
Right.
them
I
for
think
it.
I have at least one other pen that's Kingdom Hearts that has Sora on it at,
Yeah, you
at
did.
the office.
You did. You got that one at GameStop as
Yeah,
well.
I also got that one in GameStop.
Poor GameStop.
Yeah, we think our GameStop is unfortunately closing based
Uh,
off some information that we got.
Nobody's sending them anything. Like they're not
Yeah,
getting any stock, and they've tried to
the
order it, and they're
store's
just
like,
refusing to send it.
yeah, the store is just like bare,
hmm
bare bones. And we're just like, we keep going in there hoping that they got a new shipment, and it's like, this is not looking good.
No, and the guy that runs the place, he's just said he's trying to get stuff,
Yeah,
but they're just not willing to send it. So who knows what's happening there? Maybe they're going the way of KB.
yeah.
They'll
And
just be in Canada now.
ZenPho and I had this discussion before where, we were looking on GameStop online and we were just kind of like, oh, that's cool and whatnot. But I had no intention to buy it. And if I go into a store and start buying something,
Right. The only thing I'd be really think about buying through them are the cyberpunk
stuff,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, like the Johnny Funko Pops or whatever.
right. Or just the cool statues I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, like I said, most of my issues stems from get your shit together, Disney, with your merchandise, and get your shit together about your movies, and get your shit together about Kingdom Hearts.
So you want Disney to play a bigger role in Square Enix's
So,
IP.
okay, so now that I say this, I kind of want them to revive Disney Interactive. I want them to revive it, and because they had a few games out there, but they weren't that good.
I don't know what Disney Interactive
It's
is.
their video game division that sadly died. Uh, and that's actually how Kingdom Hearts came to life. Was that Disney Interactive guy, Norm Mora of Kingdom Hearts of Square, was sitting in an elevator, and that's how Kingdom Hearts came to be. Um,
Okay.
so I guess my thing is, I wish that they would do um more game stuff, and it seems like they're licensing their IPs to different gaming developers. I have one game on my phone that I've been playing for God 4 years now. Um, where you build your own like Disney park, but and they're always coming out with a new update. Always coming every single month. There's a new update. But it's developed by Gameloft, which is a mobile game company. So I guess I just kind of wish Disney would revive their Disney Interactive department so that they can do more video games. I guess
But
I would play them.
what would that provide differently than somebody licensing their IP to create the game?
Which I guess I don't mind. I just wish because it seems like when I say a video game from Disney, what's the first thing you think of?
Do you really want me to answer that question?
Say
Garbage.
it.
If I hear Disney's making a video game, my
Well,
first thought is
no.
that's going to be garbage.
If I say to you, what's the first video game you think of when I say Disney?
Oh,
That's what I meant,
yeah.
not that they're garbage.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. But
Right,
as I said, I don't believe anymore that that's actually a Disney IP. I think.
right. It's a
Yeah.
Square IP, but and now it's intertwined in this weird Nomura verse of it's got Final Fantasy, it's got The World Ends with You, it's got Final Fantasy 13 Versus. It's just a dead game that Nomura's trying to revive. I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole, but I wish I just because we're not getting all these movies because we can't go to the movie theater and I personally can't go to Disney. I know going to Disney is kind of a luxury in a way because it's not cheap going to Disney. It's not the most cheapest thing. I had the benefit of going to Disney at least before COVID. Like I've been twice, and each time that we went, it was fun and I enjoyed it. But I wish that they would kind of give us a little bit more to work with. I mean,
At least as far as the merch goes,
Yeah, merchandise. I wish they would bits, and I wish they would do something else. I'm kind of waiting for them to do something else, but it might not happen. Who knows? Maybe in a year Disney would die because it looks like.
I highly doubt that one.
I know.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
I think they're hoping that their huge Marvel and Star Wars lineup is gonna
See,
save them.
I have issues with that one, but that's for
And
another
then that's
time.
another day.
That's another episode.
Including that the new WandaVision series just came out today.
As I said, that this is a conversation for another time. Maybe next episode, who knows?
Yeah, maybe if we decide to keep doing this format, but
Well, there is one more to this once this one
oh,
comes out.
okay.
This is part one. So there will be part two next week for this one, and then maybe we'll change it up again. Maybe we'll do it another way. Who knows? Maybe we'll
It's
do
just,
something like we might go back to the old way. We might do something completely different. Who
we
knows?
we talked about actually streaming online too. We thought about doing that as well because
Yeah, streaming or even just recording
with
gameplay and
video
yeah,
gameplay
yeah,
because ZenPho and I have been getting a Stardew Valley farm going and whatnot.
getting it going. I got that bitch rolling.
Yeah.
Hey, not my fault. You had to work today. I didn't. I had the day off.
Uh huh. That's fine. I got the other account that I could
That's true.
grind through.
That's true.
Even though that account's probably dead now.
All right. That's where we're gonna end this episode for today. Thank you for everyone who watched. What's that look for?
I thought you were going.
No, that's why this is part one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's where we're gonna end this episode for today. Thank you for everybody who joined us. Stay tuned for part two. That will be releasing next week. I'm actually going to be playing Meg's role in that one. I'm going to be the one ranting about something. I haven't settled on which one it's going to be, but it's going to be on something. So stay tuned for that
So
one.
they're gonna be Cyberpunk or something else. So
No, nope, I have no rants. I already went on my Cyberpunk rant on here. I got nothing more to say on that. But yeah, in the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter. I remember the Twitter handle today. It's at chitchattake or hashtag or
no, at
it is at okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know Twitter. She does. It's
I
at
sorta know Twitter.
it's at chit chat takeout. I don't know why I couldn't remember that the last episode. Very very easy. And yeah, or feel free if you like this, leave it a like. If you dislike it, leave it a dislike. And if you have any suggestions for us, go ahead and leave it in the comment section or email.
Subscribe.
That's yeah, you can subscribe
Subscribe.
too if you want. But yeah, we have our emails down below somewhere.
Mhm.
You can email that. Other than that, have a good week.
Bye.
Bye bye.